got challenges that you're going to run across.
Welcome to another episode of Elite Psyche.
Okay, so welcome to another episode of Elite Psyche, the mental toughness show. We're coming up on our 12th month, man. We're really excited about it. That'll be 1 year when we started this show 1 year ago. And I'm picking up a little rhythm now. We need to get the subscriber base up, though. I know some of y'all have watched these shows and still hadn't subscribed. Man, just go hit the subscribe button. Then hit all. Then you'll get all the videos that's going to come out. Because today I'm starting something kind of new with the Elite Psyche. It's going to be something that I love. And I want to do that because I look at what books have done for me in my life. Maybe not you, but I know how it changed my life. So today I'm going to talk about a particular book, and I'm going to start doing, more of these and maybe read a chapter from the book, but kind of just talk about it. Now, this is an old book. I don't know if you could find it. I'm sure you probably can go out on the internet and you find anything, but I know it's not in the bookstore. And it's the book, Earl Nightingale. This is Earl Nightingale. Now, if you don't know about Earl, he is the father of personal development. Now, I know somebody might say, well, it was somebody before him. Yeah, probably. But that somebody did make it as popular as Earl Nightingale. This guy is all the top speakers from 30, 40 years ago kind of trained under him. My guy, Bob Proctor. I love Bob Proctor. Well, RIP Bob Proctor, but they trained under Earl Nightingale. And I remember listening to Earl Nightingale when I worked for AT&T. I used to be riding around in my car. I was account executive. I took my Tupac out and I put in Earl Nightingale. And these were tapes. And I would finish one, throw it in the back seat, put another one in, throw it in the back seat. And a quick story. I was in Chicago one day. And I was ordering DVDs and CDs from Nightingale and Conant. Conant was Earl Nightingale's best friend and business partner. And when I ordered, because you would go online and buy this stuff, I bought almost everything they had. I saw on there that they were in Niles, Illinois. And I asked my partner, I said, how far is that? He says about 45 minutes outside of Chicago. I said, what? He says, yes. I said, we got to go. So we went to the warehouse of Earl Nightingale, Nightingale and Conant. And when I walked in, man, I was totally shocked on how big it was, how huge it was. They got, I didn't buy anything from them in years, so I don't even know. I think they probably still up, but they had stuff everywhere. They had huge pictures of Earl, huge pictures of the guy Conant, and they had more DVDs and anything you can name. It was a huge place. And the lady gave me a little tour through that, and I told her I wanted to order something. When she pulled up, she said, well, you done bought almost everything we got. I said, yeah, I'm always ordering stuff. But it was a great story because to get a chance to see the Nightingale and Conant facility. I don't know if it's still up. I don't know, but this was years back. This probably was 2012 or something. It's 2024 now, so it probably was about 12 years ago, something like that. But it was an honor to see that. So let me talk a little bit about this book. Matter of fact, this book has a lot of stories in it that you can relate to when it comes to being successful, going through the mental toughness stuff, moving from one field of endeavor to another, just that toughness part of it. And it's a bunch of stories here that talks about it. Is one in particular I want to read right quick, and then we're going to wrap it up. This is my favorite in the whole book. It's called O-H, No You Wouldn't. Oh, no, you wouldn't. So this is how the story goes. A fine woman pianist once gave a performance for a large group of women. That fine thing is not what we talk about in 2024. He was just giving her edifying her with saying that she's nice. So that's not what we talk about. That's not that fine. Afterward, over coffee, a woman, the virtuoso, she gushed up to the virtuoso and she said, I'll give anything to play as you do. You know how we say that? We'll give anything to do that. As the woman who had given the concert took a sip of her coffee and fixed the red face slightly, perspiring matron with a cold gaze. Then she said, oh, no, you wouldn't. So the lady was astonished because the virtuoso said, oh, no, you wouldn't. You just talking, ish. A hush fell over the group. Coffee cups stopped on their ways to and from saucers. And the perspiring matron squirmed in sudden embarrassment. Look about her, she repeated, but in a softer voice, her original statement, I would give anything to play the piano as you do. Anything. Now, we say that a lot, but then when it's time to do it, people don't show up. When it's time to run that mountain, people don't show up. You're the only one out there. When it's time to start this business, you're the only one out there. People say a lot of things, but what are they going to do? And that's the thing. That's what the female virtuoso continued to sip her coffee and shake her head. She said, no, you wouldn't. She repeated, if you would, you could play as well as I do, possibly better or possibly a little worse. You give anything to play as I do except time. We don't want to put time into anything. We just want to, we think on Instagram it's so quick and that everybody's doing it so fast. No, you got to put time in. You got to put the 10,000 hours in. You got to put that time in. Except the one thing that it takes, which is time. You wouldn't sit and practice hour after hour, day after day, year after year like Tiger Woods, like Kobe Bryant. Michael Jordan did it too. Then she flashed a warm smile. Please understand, she said, I'm not criticizing. I'm just telling you that when you say you give anything to play as I do, you really don't mean it. You really don't mean it at all. Really don't mean it. You don't. Because people say they want to be like Kobe, and Kobe said, I'm going to the gym. I'll catch you tomorrow, man. I'm going to the club. I always tell a story about Robert Smith. He brought on a intern to work with him. He and another guy, Robert Smith, the billionaire, intern leaves on Friday. They still there, but the intern say he has to go. So he leaves, and when he realized that he left his briefcase. The next morning, he comes back to get his briefcase. Robert Smith and his partner are still in there grinding. Now, these are the billionaires. He is the intern. He should be learning from him, but why would you leave if you're working with a billionaire? You should wait till the billionaire leaves. You know what I'm saying? You should wait. You should be getting all the information you can. You don't just leave out something like that. So that's what the virtuoso is saying. Is it virtuoso? I think that's what it is. In a pause that followed, a napkin falling to the rug would have rattled the windows. The woman looked at each other and then back at their coffee. They realized that this woman had spoken the truth. They would like to have her talent now fully matured and developed. But as for putting in the 20 years of unremitting toil that went into the fashioning of it, no, you're not going to do that. That was a different matter. Soon the light conversation resumed and the incident glossed over, but not forgotten. People are forever saying, I'll give anything, but the fact remains they don't. They give very little, offer nothing to do the things they said they will give they will give anything to do. So those who envy the star performers in any field should realize that across the entire galaxy of achievement, the stars are those who did not idly wish for success. They did not. They gave their dedication, their singleness of purpose, their days and nights, their weeks and months, their years and unceasing struggle for greater proficiency. And when that talent they gave painstakingly cultivated for so long begins to bloom, others who at the same time, same opportunity, same freedom come up and then they say, oh, I'll give anything to be like you. I'll give anything to be able to do what you're doing, to have the things you have. But as the lady pianist said, I'm just telling you that when you say you'll give anything to play as I do, you really don't mean it. You really don't mean it at all. Why not become what you dream of? Each of us has the time and opportunity. If we say we do not, we are perhaps kidding ourselves. With enough effort and perseverance, everyone can become great at something. Sometimes it seems they are so far away, too many spectators in the game of life and not enough players. Maybe we are so busy watching the world and everything else that we forget we have a world of our own to win. Victor Hugo, he put a quote on here: people do not lack strength, they lack will to do it. So that's what I wanted to read today about this book. This is Earl Nightingale. Y'all check him out. I know a lot of people know who Earl Nightingale is, but then there's some of y'all who don't. So check it out. Make sure that you like and subscribe and hit the all button and all that kind of stuff, because we're going to have a lot of good interviews on this podcast.